set for kickoff here at Baltimore's M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight, we'll see the majority of two rosters hit the field in a preseason matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Baltimore Ravens.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Ravens.
Tyler Loop is out and about ready to send this one away. And we're off from Baltimore. Luke McCaffrey now on the return. This makes it up to the 25. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. Bringing him out now in his third season. One of the game's young stars at the position. Here is Jaden Daniels.
Kate, when you partner a relentless work ethic with elite athleticism, you get Jaden Daniels. He put on an absolute show. One of the best rookie years in the history of the game for a quarterback. And with a work ethic and speed and arm, I don't know why he would ever slow down.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Now they send their back in motion right. They'll throw first play here with Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll work this one up to the 28. Chidobe Awuzie there on the tackle.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
On second down, Daniels. Short pass brought in. And no shot at getting upfield after making this catch, so give him one on that short completion.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing now, Daniels. It's caught by McLaurin. They get in there for the stop. Damage limited to 8 yards. And it's going to be first down Commanders.
They call third downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection. Set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
This is Ja'Cory Kronsky-Merritt getting it for the first time. Good play call there. 15 yards for their efforts, and they got the first down. A nice early return there. They're going to be more than happy with that one, Brock. And could be a huge boost to their offense if this ground game can get going at this pace.
Every offense in this league searches for explosives. How can we find it? It's often through the air, but when you get it on the ground like that, boy, is it a huge bonus.
To throw, Daniels. It's caught. This is Ja'Cory Kronsky-Merritt. And give him a couple yards on this first down completion, Brock, as he steps out after that.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
He dodged the tackle. He's tackled after a gain of about 13, and that's going to bring up a Commander's first down. Well, he's got his early highlights, Brock, but you know he wants to add a few more to that reel before this game wraps up.
There's no question about that. And you want to get that century mark. That's a number that running backs are proud of, and stacking runs like that will sure help.
Playing the motion man. Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And he's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
This was certainly a call mixed into the game plan this early to try and start the guessing game defensively. Just another wrinkle for that group to deal with.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. They send a man in motion. Here's Daniels on second. He's going to keep it this time. He's going to wisely get into the slide. Manages to avoid any sort of contact, but he did start it a little bit shy of what they needed for that first down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
It's Krosky Merritt on third. Defense gets there after a gain of 5. And it is a first down Washington. Love the way they decided to keep the drive moving. Brock pounding it forward, setting an early tone on this opening drive.
It sure does, both physically and then mentally as well, because you know and I know, successful run often leads to great play-action pass.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Again for the first time to Rachaad White. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Well, you've taught me, Brock. Sometimes it works, and sometimes, like there, almost nothing from them as they just run it right into the teeth of that blitz.
The other thing, too, about that success is get ready to see more blitzes. The coordinators love to dial it up.
Now Daniels on 2nd down. And this throw is going to be incomplete. 3rd down. So his first blemish, Brock, after that perfect 4-for-4 starts. And wouldn't expect one incompletion, though, to stop him from leaning on him this opening drive.
No, I don't think so. And I think more than anything, you see the defense kind of ball can hit the ground on this side.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Daniels back to throw. And they come up empty on that 3rd down. Would have been good for the first, but couldn't hang on through that hit. It is 4th down.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, it's down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
If they can keep moving that ball the way they did on the opening drive, he's going to be called upon, I gotta guess, Kate, for more than just field goals. Probably some extra points, too.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. LeJontay Wester to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And leading them out in year 9, no surprises here, partner. It is the 2-time MVP Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP caliber player and the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards.
How many times, Kate, do you hear me talk about trust? Trust, trust, trust. There's nothing more important at the quarterback position than gaining the trust of your coaching staff. That one right there, well, that's not a deposit. That's a withdrawal of trust when you take a negative play on a run like that.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ball game.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
It's a nickel look from the Commanders. 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Complete to Henry on the check down. And he has this to the opposing 35.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They send a tight end in motion. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Has it at the 7. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, right there. That's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom. Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
First and goal, they're hoping for an opening drive touchdown. From the red zone now. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
Those windows over the middle, the congestion, just the mass of people. If you're not on time and on target, you're not going to find a completion, especially on that down and distance.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Lamar off the play fake. And it's going to end up an incomplete pass, partner. So that brings up 3rd down. But for a great opening drive, this is where you can run into that speed bump. We see it all the time, getting down near the end zone and trying to find your way in.
Yep, operated so well and efficiently, but when you get into the scoring zone, the red zone, that's when the pressure ramps up.
This opening drive has reached the 5. Can they find 6 now on 3rd and goal? Now it's Lamar. Battle for it, and it's caught. Touchdown Ravens. Mark Andrews scoring there to end an 8-play drive. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure of what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
That is Tyler Loop now on for the extra point. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And they answer a field goal with 7 points, and they've got the lead.
Commanders 3.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. On the return, this is McCaffrey. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. And drawn up here for Daniels. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Here's Daniels. Okonkwo brings it in. And they are going to have to face a 3rd down here, but only need a yard at most as this play picks up 7.
It's just kind of the type of play why you name a position like this tight end, because it's going to be tight throws into contested windows, and you got to get the job done with people all around you.
3rd and short, Krosky Merritt. He's got about 8 yards as he's taken to the ground. And it's going to be 1st down Commanders.
I love that call on 3rd down because it just gives you options. The best 3rd down teams are teams that do just that. Right? They give you options. You don't let the defense dictate to you. You look at what they're giving you, and you take advantage of them.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Daniels now. Brought in right side by McLaurin. Still has some space inside the 35. To the sideline and out of bounds, but not before he picks up 22. And that's going to bring up a Commanders first down.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, it really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
Play action now. Daniels. Into the hands of his running back, Krosky Merritt. And he turns the shallow catch into something more. Give him 8 yards. That sets up 2nd and short.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Great start on that first down. Only need 2 here on 2nd. They bring McLaurin in motion right. Throwing on 2nd. Daniels. He's got Jalen Lane. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Those routes across the field become oh so dangerous the longer that play progresses. It gives him more time to get free, wiggle away from that man-to-man coverage. And with enough time, it's almost inevitable he'll find enough space for a completion.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Krosky Merritt. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a game down to the 1. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it could be super complex. Yeah. You get to do a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from the blitz. Just run away from it.
They're on him. Daniels is going to hit the turf. Trey Hendrickson. And they're driven even further from the end zone on that play. A loss of 6. It's now 3rd and goal.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Now backed up to the 8, 3rd and goal. Now Daniels to throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. He was looking for Terry McLaurin. So now they're left with 4th and goal. Well, they've been perfect to that point on the drive, but first time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
Now, I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Here's Wester on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Here comes the Ravens offense, Brock, as we take a look at their coordinator, Declan Doyle. First season for him in Baltimore, coming over from Chicago after he helped guide the Bears to one of the best offensive seasons in franchise history in his lone year there. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. This is Henry to start the drive. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1. Already we're seeing the mind games they can play with personnel. You talk about this all the time, Brock. Looked like a passing set, left them some room on the ground.
10, 11, heck, even 20 personnel, doesn't matter. Offensively, you get to dictate the terms. Kind of like those pitchers and catchers that once in a while will pitch backwards. Keep your opponent off guard.
Flowers will go in motion left. This is Henry on second. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up third down.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
5 DBs out there for the Commanders on third. Now here's Lamar. Oh, he's going to run for it. And give him a fresh set of downs. That play goes for 10.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
The 44-yard line.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. They go play fake with Jackson. And he will not find the connection on the other end there. An incompletion sets up second down.
Just about every play in an NFL game usually has a protagonist and antagonist, a good and a bad. The good there, the courage of that wide receiver. The bad, just could not haul it in.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10. Here's Lamar. Caught by Flowers. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
Last completion didn't go anywhere, so still 10 to go now on third down. Lamar back to throw. And they're going to take him down here. Pressure gets to him at the 36. Odafe away. And that's going to make it 4th and 18. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. It's the Ravens flying to an early lead. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at the beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. And on fourth down, they're about ready to punt. And a nice return out of them. They have it a little further up past their own 30. The Commanders and running back Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt headed back to the field now. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. New set of downs for him from the 31. They'll give it to White to begin the drive. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up third down.
It's third down and 4 yards to go.
Daniels. This is hauled in by McLaurin. They manage about 9 before a stop is made. And it is a first down Washington.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 now from the 46. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Throwing now, Daniels. He gets it right back to McLaurin. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
Got the catch, but didn't get any yardage on it, so still 10 to go on second down. Slot man motioned over. On second down, Daniels. On the screen, this is White. And he's going to be out of bounds, so after picking up 3, it's going to be third down. They'll pause now for an injured player. Regular season just 1 week away. You don't want to see anybody get hurt here. Hopefully something minor as the medical team works on it. Third and 7 now after the last catch. Got him 3. To throw, Daniels. Hits him on the out route. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First and 10, it's a give to White. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Brought down by Trey Hendrickson.
Nothing too fancy there. That is just some good physical football from a back who knows how to read his blocks, Kate, keep himself square, and go get those tough yards.
First down run, nabs him 5, now second and 5. Daniels back to throw. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Play number 9 of the drive. It's going to be third and 5 to go. Out of the gun, Daniels. And that one's not going to be caught. Could have extended the drive, but the defender times it perfectly, breaks it up. That means it's fourth down.
Great, I've talked to you over the years, the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On third down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Rasheen Ali on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Baltimore running its offense out now. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Baltimore offense to the line now. First and 10. Play action now with Jackson. He can't pull this one in. That's incomplete. Second time he hasn't been able to bring in a catchable ball. Keep an eye on that. It's second down. First play of the drive, Brock. You always tell me that's always the start of a new battle, and the defense wins round 1 in this series.
Yeah, and this next down kind of sets the table, right?
Yeah.
You got to now put yourself in a manageable third down after lack of execution on first.
Second down. Here's Lamar. Throw left side, caught by Andrews. And he's going to be hit almost immediately after making the catch. So this is going to be about a 6-yard pickup.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Flowers will go in motion left. Now Jackson on third down. It's complete. Play made by Bateman. He stopped here, gain of about 7, and that's going to set up a Ravens first down. We've got a stoppage here. There's a player out there in some pretty obvious discomfort being worked on. All hopes, of course, that it's nothing serious, especially here in the preseason. They've got first down here from the 36. Play action. Here's Jackson. Ooh, the look was there, but the catch is not. Contact deep downfield, and that's enough to pop that one out.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
They kick the running back in motion. Jackson to throw on second. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Now it's Lamar. And to the ground it goes, so an incomplete pass brings us to fourth down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. Jalen Lane back deep for the Commanders. And the fair catch secure here at the 16. The Commanders and running back to Corey Krosky-Merritt headed back to the field now. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. On the counter, Krosky-Merritt. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Running once again with Krosky-Merritt. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. You're going to run again here with Krosky-Merritt. That play picks up about 6 yards as he stopped. And it's going to be first down Commanders.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a third down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense. Daniels from the pistol. Now here he goes.
He's going to be taken down. A gain of about 14 on the play. And that's going to bring up a Commander's first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Now Daniels off the play action. That throw finds Okonkwo. And he'll manage what he can up to the 48. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Got 4 on the completion, so still 6 ahead of him on second down. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. There's the stop. Looks to be about 7 yards on that play. And it is a first down, Washington.
On the tackle. A gain of 7. First down, Commanders.
Daniels now. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for second down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Running on second with White. And this run is going to push him inside the 40. Give him 7 there. Okay, so they sent the blitz, but it almost seemed to backfire there, Brock. They ran through it for a pretty nice game.
Yeah, because there's a little boom or bust,
yeah.
Right? Is an offense, as a QB, if you see that and run away from the blitz, it can be effective like it was there.
Coming to the line for their 9th play of the drive. This is 3rd and 3. Motioning the tight end now. 3rd and short, Daniels. Look at that power, deep left side. He's got it inside the 10. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Big play sets him up pretty here with 1st and goal from the 5. Daniels going to try and run. And the defense holds, Brock. They catch him at the 4. He only gets back to that line of scrimmage. Now it looks like somebody is shaken up after that play. You never like seeing injuries, especially in the preseason. We'll get the training staff out to work on him. They'll try again from the 4. It's 2nd and goal. Krosky Merritt fighting his way through, but he lost the football. And the Ravens make the recovery.
Well, some of his teammates, maybe over there on the sidelines, resigned themselves to giving up some points. He sure did not. He managed to line up one heck of a big hit right there, right near the goal line that not only saves them 6 points, Kate, and now gives them a chance to go get 6 of their own.
Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. The left side is nabbed by Bateman. And he's going to be brought down right after making that catch. A good gain, but the tackle limits it to 9.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Got 9 of the 10 with that last grab. Need to get the last yard now on second. Out of the gun, Henry. They get in there for the stop. Damage limited to 8 yards. And that's going to bring up a Ravens first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Offense getting set. Here's first and 10. Play fake. Jackson. And he's just going to hook this one into about row C there. And so lucky fan. And haul in a heck of a souvenir. Oh boy, that play action nearly backfired right there, Brock. Took a little bit too much time to set it up and some quick thinking at the end there to get that throw away as the hit arrived.
Yeah, that's really well said, because, you could feel sometimes as a quarterback on drop back, the timing.
Yeah.
Play action, sometimes it gets a little hairy. That was pretty savvy of him to find an incompletion.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Empty backfield now. Running back motions out left. He's going for it himself. And they get him down after a gain of 10. But great effort on his part. Pays off with the first down.
That's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. Now Jackson off the play action. Pass cut by Smythe. And he'll go down and missing right at the 39-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Throwing on second, Jackson. They'll set up the screen for Henry. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Play number 8 of this drive, and it's 8 that they need here on third down. Into traffic, complete. He's got about 8 yards as he's taken to the ground. And that is good for a Baltimore first down. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
It's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Jackson to throw it. He's got it over the middle. And he's going to be dropped quickly after making that catch, being limited to a couple.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Throwing on second, Jackson. That one's taken in by the rookie out of USC. And give him the 47-yard line, Brock, as he's nestled up right near that first down marker. So third down and about a yard ahead as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from M&T Bank Stadium coming up. Third down, 1 yard to go. Here's Lamar. That's caught for the first. And he's going to have this down to the 7. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
We always hear about a tight end as a quarterback's best friend. That play is so indicative of it, Kate. You love a big target, and if you could hit him in stride, he's got a chance to get some big yards after the catch.
The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Lamar back to throw. That pass pulled in by Henry. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Washington calls it second timeout. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and a defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Henry. He's hit and driven backwards. This is going to force him into third and goal. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Here's another for him. Oh, what a time for some big plays up front, partner. Back-to-back losses, and they force a fourth and goal.
Well, it was bad enough that the previous run went backwards. You've got to have balance in this league. I mean, you really do. There's no chance offensively to find sustained success unless you present run and pass to a defense. And right now, this defense is owning your run game.
Luke knocks it through, and they've taken back the lead.
Okay, I like to call that whole situation right there complimentary football. The defense, they take the ball away. The offense, well, they possess it and drive it a good chunk down the field. And ultimately, well, your kicker delivers with the field goal.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. On the return, this is McCaffrey. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Commanders and running back Corey Kronsky-Merritt headed back to the field now. They don't have much time left, but facing a small deficit, they could try to get this into field goal range. Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes first and 10. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When he saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. It's not met the standard they set for themselves.
From the 24 once again, it's second and 10. To throw, Daniels. Short pass brought in. They're going to pick up 12 yards on the play, Brock. That's going to set them up with a first down.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they could be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove that they're playmakers too.
Daniels on first and 10. And that last play gives him 150 yards passing for this half. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's second and 10. Daniels. And this is going to be incomplete again. The defender knocks this one away. It brings up third down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throwing now, Daniels. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. So less than a field goal separating these teams after our first two quarters, as we throw to Scott Hansen with our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Big thank you to our guy Scott Hansen and the gang down in Orlando. Got a close one here, Brock, as our second half gets underway. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Ali to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here comes the Baltimore offense to begin quarter number 3. And through 2 quarters, Brock, it has been the defenses directing the pace of this game. Both offenses, got the same message during halftime. Switch things up, guys. Switch it up.
Yeah, that's not a pleasant message. It's such a dichotomy sometimes in that locker room at halftime, especially when one side of the ball is doing their job and you're not. These offenses got to get it going.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And the defense coming out firing here to start this second half, partner. Good hit there to break up what would have been a catch. It's second down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
It's a nickel look from the Commanders. 3rd down. Now here's Lamar. Past the line, he's going to run for it. He's brought down, play goes for, looks like about 11 yards. And that's going to set up a Ravens 1st down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
They go play fake with Jackson. Andrews has it, working downfield. They get a lot out of this play, 21 yards before the tackle is finally made. And that's going to bring up a Ravens 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Keeping it on this 1st down read. They pitch it to him. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Offense to the line. 2nd down. Now it's Lamar. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's going to get this one ahead for what looks to be about 20 yards, maybe even a little more, and that 1st down.
Every tight end worth of salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
From the gun, a run for Henry. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. And in the middle of all that chaos and traffic, look at that. It was their safety who ran in to clean that up.
Yeah, with their size and where they come from on the field, it's pretty cool. They love those opportunities to blitz, kind of hide behind their defenders and their peers, and then go finish the tackle.
Man in motion, out of the slot. A designed run, Jackson keeping it. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Crashes through a tackle. Complete beyond the marker. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Henry has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. Their chip and Brock chipped a little away on that play, and now they can lean on the next couple to finish this drive.
Typically, Kate, it's about 8 to 10 possessions a game in the NFL, right? And you know when you get down here, you do not want to settle for a field goal.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. They'll send him over right. They go to him again. And this time he's got it. Touchdown, Baltimore. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
Here's Luke for the point after.
For the extra point.
This one splits the uprights. It is good. And the lead is up to 8.
Ravens 17, Commanders 9.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. On the return, this is McCaffrey. Good work so far. He's got room. The 40. Into the red zone. And he is gone. Touchdown. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
Daniels and the Commanders looking to tack on 2 more.
The Commanders will line up.
Sending them up the middle. And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that 2-point attempt.
Ravens 17, Commanders 15.
After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Here's Wester on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone, but the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Jackson. Completed to Flowers. He turns the shallow catch into something more, giving 8 yards. That sets up 2nd and short.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Great start on that 1st down. Only need 2 here on 2nd. Give to Henry on the inside handoff. This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. He's able to hit Flowers. Caught. This one stopped. Play gains about 6 yards. And that is good for a Baltimore 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Lamar off the play fake. Right side and into the hands of Bateman. Down he goes after a pickup of about 12 yards. And that's going to set up a Ravens 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Flowers will go in motion left. Trying down the middle with Henry. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's falling with a nice pickup. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Play fake, Jackson. And he's going to go down. They drop him back on his own side at the 47. Now hold on, everyone. There's a Commanders player shaken up after that play, and he's in need of some attention. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. They put Flowers in motion right. To the air on 3rd and long. He's under pressure again, and again he goes down. And that's going to bring up 4th and 19 now.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession.
At their own 27-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Firing quickly out wide. Daniels. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Complete to Terry McLaurin. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Just a yard on that catch, so 2nd and 9 coming up. And he gets it right back to McLaurin. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
Ravens crowding their passing lanes. They go into the dime for 3rd down. Here's Daniels. He's going to run for it. Jukes away from one. They get in there for the stop. They give him about 9 on the play. And it's going to be 1st down Commanders.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
We've set it downs from 37. Slot man motioned over. Giving this to Merritt. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That's good time coverage right there defensively, but even a better throw on the play. Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet. I say to you all the time, Kate, completions, completions, completions.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Daniels back to throw. That one complete to Diggs. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Now hang on, we do have to stop here for something that nobody wants to see a week before the season. We've got an injured player there, and it's somebody they can ill afford to lose. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Play action now with Daniels. Cut out left. And he turns the shallow catch into something more. Give him 8 yards. That sets up 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 8.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Great start on that 1st down. Only need 2 here on 2nd. Now Daniels to throw. Complete to Diggs out left. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st down for Daniels. Still perfect since halftime, Brock. 5 for 5 passing. And give it to Merritt. And he's going to work it to the 20. Malachi Starks read that nicely. He makes the stop.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Now Daniels off the play action. Throw left side, complete. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line to gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. They go inside give to Krosky Merritt. It's in. He's going to be stopped after a 1-yard gain. And that's going to bring up a Commander's first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
All set now. 1st and 10. He'll stick with Krosky Merritt here. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Krosky Merritt, the Washington ball carrier. The tackle made at the 12-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. This one set up for Daniels. And he'll fire ahead for a few. It's 3rd down.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Third and short, Daniels. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Commanders football, and they need to get to work here. They're trailing late. A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Kicked well, and this is good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Ali to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. This is Henry to start the drive. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Lamar's going to keep this one. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8.
It's just a nice little tester for the defense to gauge how well it can account for the quarterback when he decides to run it.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Here's Lamar. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's a solid stop there to limit the damage. Gave him some, but it's still 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
His work begins at the 31. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. Contact is made, and that's going to take him out of bounds. Gain of about 21 on the play. And it is a 1st down Washington.
One thing I just marvel at about the QB of this era, Kate, is just how good they are in these situations, these zone reads. Their ball handling, the play action, the movement, and then the explosiveness to go get a big run off of it. That is just awesome.
Krosky Merritt on 1st down. And spit by a man. He's in the clear. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, a 40-yard score. There's time to chide him about poor tackling later, Brock.
And I probably will.
And you probably will. Coach probably will give him an earful about it as well. But let's not let the missed tackle take away from excellent effort he had on that run.
Yeah, it really was his effort to force that missed tackle, kid. I think that's the key, and open the door for that touchdown. As soon as he slipped that stop, his mind was focused on one thing and one thing only, the end zone.
Looking to tack on the point after. Sent right down the middle and good. And the lead is up to 8.
The score, Commanders 25, Ravens 17.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Ali to return it. Escapes a defender. And this drive will start inside the 25. We see the Ravens making their way out now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. And this is going to be lost on the hit. Incomplete. Tough to complete it through that traffic and contact over the middle. It's 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
As a corner in this league, well, you go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. You want to be an all-pro? You stick someone like that.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Lamar back to throw. They'll set up the screen for Henry. And he's going to be taken down well short of the marker. Give him, looks like just about 3 on that completion. That brings up 4th down.
A gain of 3.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong. Where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field. Not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
He takes the fair catch at about the 26-yard line.
And taken.
The Commanders and running back Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt headed back to the field now. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here, Krosky-Merritt. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now. And I'll tell you what, Brock, a very valuable pickup there on 1st down. Not flashy, but valuable. They just got to keep this football moving.
And you know what it does? It just keeps them on schedule. And any OC in this league is going to be good with a 7-yard gain on 1st down, especially here in the final frame.
2nd down give to Krosky-Merritt. He dodged the tackle. He managed about 9 before a stop is made. And it's going to be 1st down Commanders.
He and this ground game, Kate, have seen such a steady dose of work. And what you hope is all of those body blows throughout can lead to a knockout punch like that.
1st and 10 from the 43. They're going to run again here with Krosky-Merritt. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running once again with Krosky-Merritt. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. And we've got a stoppage here, and it's something you never want to see, especially in the preseason. One of their star players banged up with an injury after that play. Ravens going with a dime package now. 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. And that's going to fall incomplete on a look to his running back, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL where they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Now here's Lamar. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He tucks it and takes off. And Lamar doing what he does oh so often, Brock. Sliding in safe after picking up the 1st.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. One of the tight ends motioning left. Jackson throwing here. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off with that gain.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Now Jackson off the play action. To the left side, caught by Andrews. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
It's Henry on the counter. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
When no springing a big play on that one, it's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play action pass off that counter action.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Now Jackson. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. He does it! Touchdown, Baltimore! So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Lamar on the offense staying out there, Brock. They're trying for 2.
The Ravens will line up for
all right, they're going to throw for it. Has it at the 1. And he gets into the end zone. This one all tied up here in the fourth quarter. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, this is McCaffrey. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And an excellent effort there sets him up almost at midfield. The Commanders all set to regain possession. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with a game-winning drive.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Give it to White to begin the drive. There's the stop, but 22 yards given up before it. And that's going to bring up a Commanders first down.
So all he needed to see right there before the snap. Defense way overcommitted to stopping the quick pass. Became really easy to hand it off and watch that running back do the rest.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Here's Krosky Merritt off the option. Jukes away from one. Down here after a gain of about 14 yards, it looks like. That's going to give them the first.
Well, this defense has not had an answer, Kate, for either of the first 2 plays on this drive. And he's got everybody, you and me, every fan believing, well, they're only 1 play away from putting points on the board.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Daniels setting up the play action. Another catch for McLaurin. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Always a fun race up here in the booth between quarterback and receiver to watch. Who sees it first, that opening? If a receiver wins it, that hand's going up in the air, he wants it. Quarterback wins it, passes out before he's even looking for it, and when they both recognize it, you get a first down.
1st and goal, Krosky Merritt. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Couldn't beat him again. He tried. He wanted that second touchdown too, Brock. Couldn't get it.
Yeah, I think a couple things, Kate. I don't think they're going to go away from him over the course of the game. And then that run sets up creative play action down by the goal line. Keep an eye on that.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. He gets it again. And he's still going backwards as they get him behind the line. That right there, exactly the type of havoc that a well-designed blitz can cause, Brock. Everyone's so busy picking up their rushers. That D tackle cleaned up.
Sure did. He gets his one-on-one. He shocks him with those heavy hands, knocks off that blocker, and knocks down that runner.
Daniels, 3rd and goal. He's in trouble. He's not going to get away. Brought down to the 12. And it's Trenton Simpson. And after a loss of 8, that means it is 4th and goal.
Hey, I get it. You know, there are times as a decision-maker playing quarterback, you take a sack and you cut your losses. And when you get an opportunity in the red zone on 3rd down, you'd love to give your guy on the other end a chance. Because a touchdown, well, we know in the course of outcomes of games, so much more influential than settling for a field goal.
Tracking for it, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Ali to return it. And in the end, only able to get this up to his 25-yard line. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson are ready to go again on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. First call here coming from the shotgun. The drive begins with Henry. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S. Because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
All the left side. And out of bounds he goes after a gain of 8. It is 3rd down.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
5 DBs out there for the Commanders on 3rd. Now it's Jackson. Has his man, it's cut by Andrews. There's the stop. Damage finally comes to an end after a 17-yard pickup. And that's going to bring up a Ravens first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Pistol snap to Jackson. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. All right, so trailing right now. Looking up at the scoreboard, Brock. Can't afford to be too picky, but it did look like getting rid of that football was the right call there.
Yeah, you live to play another day. Now, the key is you've got to take advantage of this day to come.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson to throw it. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
A couple different thoughts and methodologies here. You could take it slow and methodical, taking completions, or in that case, you could tee it high and try to let it fly.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Now it's Lamar. And the streak continues. Another one hits the ground.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And this will mark his 5th kick of the night. He has it at the 13. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. The Commanders and running back Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt headed back to the field now. And he has done all that they've asked for him, shouldering the weight of this offense, got his 100-yard game. He's reached the end zone for him as well, Brock. Just really put together a performance he can be proud of. All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Daniels back to throw. Okonkwo brings it in. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
So 5 on the catch, 5 still to go on 2nd down. They bring Diggs in motion. Throwing on 2nd, Daniels. Pulled in by his back, White. That play picks up about 6 yards as he stops. And it is a 1st down Washington. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game. We've set it down from 37. They put a receiver in motion right. This one left for Daniels. And he finds a little room there before being hauled down. Gain of 3. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock.
Just a nice little reminder that this QB is more than a passer. They're going to call his number as a runner too, especially if these defenses don't account for it.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Now Daniels to throw. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Well, hold on a second. We've got a Raven hurting pretty good out there. They're going to head out to look at him. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Daniels. Cuts. This is Lane. This one stopped. Blade gains about 6 yards. And it's going to be 1st down Commanders.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
And understandably, they're happy to just let this clock run down to our 2-minute warning. Commanders holding on to a field goal lead. And they'll kneel this down. All right, here we go. 2nd down. A designed run. Daniels will keep it. And he can't escape, Brock. They lose yards, but defensively, no timeouts left to stop the clock and take advantage.
Of all the players out there, right, the coach on the field, the quarterback, well, he's got to know that play was dead in the water. At that point, just minimize the loss. Can't be tackled that far behind the line.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And this victory is going to give them a nice shot at confidence as they work through the next couple of weeks and prepare for things to count coming up in Week 1. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Commanders as we say so long from Baltimore.